'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in the hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. It's Christmas Eve. I'm down to number 24. I'll see you all in the morning. Night night. Sleep tight. And for Christmas Day, another candle. This is a candle for those who are sadly no longer with us, and also as a symbol of hope for peace. Hello everybody, happy Christmas, yay! I hope you're having a lovely day so far. I'm having an absolute chill day, still in my pyjamas. I've got myself here, it's going to be too hot I think. Hot chocolate. It's salted caramel flavour. Oh, it's so good. It's still a bit warm. Pop on the shelf. It's time to just breathe for a moment. I love Christmas Day for the quietness. And it's so quiet here. I was thinking back to sort of Christmases in London, and it's really, really stark, the contrast. I don't mean between here and London, I mean London Christmas Day, first thing in the morning, it's pin drop quiet. Come out of the house first thing. I quite often used to pop to the allotment, reaching back for this chocolate again, pop to the allotment, not necessarily to harvest, but just to have a quick walk, be outside, to appreciate the quiet. You know, no traffic, no people. It's before everyone's starting to set off to go to wherever they're going for their Christmas lunch. But yeah, that beautiful, beautiful quiet. Of course here, really quiet most of the time anyway. But Christmas Day, Sunday morning quiet, punctuated by seagulls, the occasional seagull, the occasional bird. No, it's far too hot and burned my gullet. It was making me think, just have to have a quick bit of water, that was really hot. Naughty Vivi, be patient. I can't, it's Christmas Day. Yeah, it sort of made me think of the Sundays when I was younger, when I can't remember when the Sunday trading laws changed. Was it in the 80s at some point? But yeah, that thing of Sunday being, you know, everything's shut, everything's quiet. It's properly a day of rest. I kind of want to champion the bringing back of Sunday as a day of rest. So I have more than just Christmas Day as my day of rest. I would love it. I mean, it would never happen, but imagine Sundays, or at least just on Christmas Day, a day with no... Oh, just making sure I'm not knocking my chocolate over. It's right, it's on the shelf. Yeah, a day with no TV, no social media, although I'd be shooting myself in the foot a bit. But yeah, no telly, no social media, nothing. All there would be books, board games, parlour games, games you invent yourself. Bring it back, bring back Sundays. But anyway, in the meantime, my Christmas Day will be like a Sunday of yore. Cheers, everyone. I really want to have another go at this. No. It's still too hot. I've got to say, this obviously this is my first Christmas at the cottage by the sea. And I have loved the lead up to the festivities, Christmas Day itself here. It's been so wonderfully festive with the market. So the Christmas market itself was postponed because of the storm. It was postponed till the next weekend. So the next weekend I did go down. I didn't need anything, but I just thought I'm going to have a mooch, just sort of soak up the atmosphere, see what's going on. So many lovely stalls. There was one where I nearly made a purchase. It was a honey, Purbeck honey, but they had a load of beeswax products as well. So they had some beeswax candles. I love a beeswax candle, but the one I particularly liked was one in the shape of an ammonite. How gorgeous. What else? There was, there was a cider stall and they were doing mulled cider. I'm not much of a cider drinker, but I think now I've moved to the West Country, maybe I need to develop my palate to enjoy cider. I've always found it a bit too sweet. I'd rather have beer, but yeah. So the market was really lovely and right at the top end of the market. So it was Station Road and Institute Road, completely shut off to traffic. The stores were in the middle of the road. The shops were all open too. Really, really lovely atmosphere. And right at the top end was the Christmas tree guy. So I had a look at his trees. They were lovely. So hopefully next year, and they were quite a bit cheaper than this one. Hopefully next year the market won't be postponed so I can get my tree from the market. Yay! So that was lovely. What else? There were carols at the bandstand. Obviously the Christmas lights. The station has been, it's just been magical. I've gone back a couple more times in this sort of like around that 5 o'clock when the last train comes back, just enjoy it in the dark. Gorgeous. They've got a couple of snow machines there too. The pier lights. Yeah, it's all been so old-fashioned, simple, cosy, festive fun. And it's really put me in the mood for Christmas this year. I think more than I've felt in years and years. I'm so determined to get this chocolate down my Jim Jams. They were clean on for Christmas. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, it massively got me in the mood, and like I say, it's been so long. Yeah, I think it was the lights. The lights did it, and getting my first tree in years and years and years. The lights are on, but they are really subtle. It's only when it's really dark that they show up. And then I remember my gym baubles that were hiding, and I love it's out of shot. Let's have you in shot. My London bauble. So yeah, I've loved having a tree this year. Like I said, it's the first time in, 20 odd years I worked out. And I think just the fact of having a tree has made me feel festive. And also my cards, and you can see on my card hanger, I did put a bit of foliage at the ends of each one. So it's, a little tree of cards. Thank you for cards. I've also, under the tree, I've got a couple of presents. My goodness, I'm spoiled. I'm wondering whether, should I pull my cracker yet? We'll see. So yes, bring back Sundays as a day of rest, and long may Swanage celebrate this festive period the simple old-fashioned way, with lights and carols and sweet little events for all the locals to enjoy, but of course all the visitors that come to enjoy it too. Cheers to that. I was saying about Sunday, this fantasy Sunday, this kind of fantasy world that I run, where there will be no TV and no phones and no social media and nothing like that. I'm not going to watch, so not a huge one for, I wouldn't spend Christmas Day watching telly, certainly not. But there might be the odd one or two things. I've mentioned this before about the Christmas special. I love the Christmas special when you get to see your favourite show or your favourite stars, and there's a slight, they just do a one-off episode for Christmas, and it's like, yay, it feels like a little gift, doesn't it? A little bonus. If a series has ended in October or November, and then at Christmas you get a one-off, yay! And I know that there's tons of you who are strictly ballroom, Strictly Come Dancing. I forgot the name of the show. I know that loads of you are Strictly Come Dancing fans, so I'm sure you will appreciate the Christmas special. The one I'm looking forward to is, when I first saw it build, I was like, what? Oh my goodness. A Christmas special of Only Fools and Horses. It's on Christmas night. It's on tonight, Christmas Day evening. Only Fools and Horses. I was like, are you kidding me? What? So it's not quite what I thought. I actually thought they were going to film an episode. We'd be back in Peckham, drinking Peckham Spa water, watching them nipping around in that yellow Robin Reliant. It's not that. What it is, and I think it's going to be immense fun for any Only Fools and Horses fans, is they've got, I don't know if it's the whole cast, it won't be the whole cast, 'cause some of them have died, but they've gathered together a lot of the old cast. So I know that David Jason is definitely there. Tessa Peake Jones is going to be there. So they've gathered the old cast together, and they're going to be watching clips, outtakes that never got shown. Brilliant, 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 can't wait. Now that's a nice Christmas gift, isn't it? I don't know if it's scenes that they filmed and then decided they changed the script out, or whether it's mistakes, outtakes, that kind of thing. I don't care. Just to have a little bit of Only Fools and Horses again will be brilliant. I loved that show. Absolutely loved it. I had the whole thing at one point on VHS, on tapes. Apparently VHS tapes are coming back into fashion, or at least they're becoming really collectible, and VHS machines are highly sought after again. Anyway, I'm digressing. Yeah, so I had all of Fools and Horses on VHS tape, and then I don't know why I got rid of them. I think VHS, it was just becoming obsolete. You just couldn't get tapes anymore. Anyway, the other thing, anyway, that's gone. So I'm really looking forward to that later. And talking of those Christmas specials, I was thinking about this last night because I was just thinking ahead to the Fools and Horses and getting really excited. And I was thinking about previous year's favourite specials. Of course, Morecambe and Wise, I've covered that so many times, all of that, and you know, that the episode of The Good Life where Margot has to buy Christmas from Harrods, and is it that it doesn't arrive? I can't remember, but they end up with hats, their Christmas hats made from newspaper, and anyway, Tom and Barbara to the rescue with an improvised Christmas. But I think my all-time favourite is Vicar of Dibley. Oh, I loved Vicar of Dibley. Every now and again I see clips of it. There have been a couple of sort of clips shows on the 5, what's it called? I want to say 5 Live. It's not 5 Live. On the Channel 5 hub, you can find them on the computer. But it's so bittersweet to watch now, isn't it, after Emma Chambers' death. She was just so wonderful as Alice Tinker. I loved Alice. I loved those scenes when they'd be in the vestry after the service or before the service, and Geraldine is trying to tell a joke to Alice, and Alice she's so innocent. She doesn't have a clue what the jokes were and just trying to work it out. But that glorious Christmas special, I'm sure loads of you remember it, where because Geraldine is kind and nice to everyone, she doesn't want to say no to anyone, she ends up, I'm sorry if this is a bit UK centric by the way, I'm sure there's tons of you across the Atlantic who have BritBox will know, but so she's the vicar of Dibley, she's a female vicar, outrage when she first lands, but this particular Christmas she gets three invitations for lunch, and they're all single guys. I don't mean guys as in like, ooh, romance possibly. They're all, I should say gentlemen, they're older gentlemen, but they're all going to be on their own for Christmas, and they all sort of invite Geraldine, they do the puppy dog eyes, like, please don't say no. And because she's so lovely, she agrees to all of them. So she ends up having to have 3 full Christmas dinners. And I think, is she at David Horton's for the last one? I think it's at David Horton. He's like Lord of the Manor, not quite, but he's got that kind of air to him as being the Lord of the Manor. So, yeah, she's stuffed to the gills. She's kind of turning green. She's eaten so much, and and it's that gorgeous scene with the Brussels sprouts. She's got some Brussels sprouts in her cheeks, and she's trying so hard to chew them and swallow them. Not because she doesn't like them, but just because she's so full. And then she ends up with a Brussels sprout on the end of a fork, and she's trying to get it into her mouth. She just can't fit any more in. Oh, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. If you've never seen The Vicar of Dibley, A, which planet have you been habitating all this time? See if you can find copies of it somewhere. It might even be on YouTube. Everything's on YouTube these days, isn't it? Right, this is definitely cool enough to gulp. I want to gulp it. It is yummy. Oh, mate, I've gulped too much. Don't burp, Vivi. Yum, yum, yum. Probably got it all around my mouth now, haven't I? I so loved having my Advent candle this year. I mean, when I saw it, Advent candles had not been in my mind for years, decades. It's almost like they'd ceased to exist. I'd completely forgotten that they were ever something. And when I saw it, I was like, yes, I must have an Advent candle again, because I remember as a kid the joy of watching it come down a bit more each night. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. I've actually mostly had it on my desk, so I've lit it in the evening when it's dark and I'm just finishing up my last bit of work, and then I've got my Advent candle there, and it's just been so lovely. And it was making me think about Advent calendars as well, and yeah, Advent calendars, not candles, calendars. Oh, and by the way, I know a couple of you said after my treats for a tenner, because I showed you my Advent candle, that you had also forgotten that they ever existed. So you're going to get yourself one next year. Yay! I think I'm going to have one each year now too. It's going to be my new tradition, my Swanage tradition again, to have my countdown to Christmas in the form of a candle. But I was thinking about the calendars as well, and how, I mean, they've gone mental now, haven't they? Is it just me? Or so I do remember about, gosh, how long ago was it? It might be 10 years or so ago. I was sent an Advent calendar that was made by L'Occitane. You know, the toiletries company that I think, well, they're of the Occitan region, aren't they? Is that part of Provence, down south in France? Really lovely products. The lemon verbena stuff, oh, gorgeous. So this calendar was sent to me, and I was really, really surprised. I mean, so grateful. And I thought, wow, this is gorgeous. Maybe next year I'll get one for my sister. So I went online to check it out, and it was something like 50 quid. So as a calendar, 50 quid, oh, you're mad. Anyway, I did get one for my sister the following year, but not as well as her Christmas present. That was her Christmas present. She thoroughly enjoyed it, but it's like, you're not getting anything else, you're just getting the calendar. But what I'm seeing in the press these days is that people are having the calendar, and they're having Christmas presents, and they're having their Christmas Eve present. What's that about? It's mad. Some of these calendars are, I think I saw one advertised that was 250 quid. Mad. But people are saying, oh, but it's really worth it because the contents are worth 700. I can't imagine toiletries worth £700. Would I spend £700 on toiletries in my lifetime? Would I spend 70 quid a year over 10? Oh, anyway, each to their own. I'm perfectly happy with a paper calendar, just a paper calendar. I had that gorgeous one from my sister 4 years or so ago, was it? And it was a literary calendar. So behind each window was something. I think they all had a Christmas theme, but it was all sorts of different authors and books. So that was the calendar where I found out for the first time that Harper Lee, who wrote To Kill a Mockingbird, I'm sure most of you have read it, she was able to do that because her friends got together and gifted her for Christmas a year's salary so that Harper Lee could leave work for a year and concentrate on writing. So actually, we have both Harper Lee to thank for To Kill a Mockingbird, one of my favourite books, but we also have her friends to thank because it was their Christmas gift that made it possible. I need to blow my nose, excuse me a sec. That's better. Yeah, so I was thinking this year, I just don't see plain paper advent calendars around. I can't remember the last time I saw one, and I looked in a couple of local shops here, and of course they had the usual chocolate ones, whatever brand. Yeah, they were the ones everywhere I was looking, they seemed to be Cadbury's. And I think, you know what, for the kids, yeah, it is a nice little treat, isn't it? And it's not too expensive. But yeah, I don't think kids need to have a calendar with a complete Lego set behind every window. And it costs, 100 quid, I don't know, whatever it is. But anyway, I don't know, do paper advent calendars exist anymore? Maybe I'll have a proper look next year. Maybe I'll have to look online, because that would be a nice thing to enjoy too. We had the same one year after year after year after year as kids. My mum just closed all the windows, put it in the box till next Christmas. But when you're a kid, you don't remember what's behind all the doors. You don't care. It's just that thing of, I want to open it. And of course, that just being me and my sister, I want to race to get to it first, have a fight. And she tricked me. She blimmin' well tricked me. She was older than me, so cleverer than me. She always used to let me open number 1 first, and I never learned the lesson. I never learned, year on year, didn't ever learn the trick she was playing on me. Of course she let me open number 1 first, because number 24 is the double doors. You remember, so each day would be just one little window. You'd open it and it might be a reindeer. Open another one, it might be a bell. Open one, it might be a star. And then in the final week, as we're getting towards Christmas, you open one and it's the 3 wise men, and there's the shepherds. And then on Christmas Day, it's double doors to open, and it's the entire nativity scene, which is so exciting to open the double doors. But of course, it's the 24th, it's the even number. So my sister got to open that one every blimmin' year. Sis! My own fault for not learning. But that's another weird thing I've noticed with advent calendars now. They seem to go up to the 25th. They shouldn't. They should only go to the 24th. The last one you open is on Christmas Eve, because the next day, it's Christmas Day. Christmas Day has arrived. You don't need to open another door. Anyway, yeah. Paper advent calendars. I think it's time to pull a cracker and get myself properly dressed for Christmas. So, thank you to the lovely Geraldine who made this gorgeous reusable cracker for me. We have to shout bang. So, are you ready? Bang! Oh, my prezzies went flying. At least I got the prezzy end. Where did they go? There we go. What did I get? I got some pretty seashells. And the great thing about having your own cracker is you actually get something lovely in it instead of plastic nonsense. Can you see? She sells seashells. She sells seashells on the seashore. Wow, I got my tongue around it. It's actually, that's supposedly about Mary Anning. I'm sure a lot of you will be familiar with the name Mary Anning. A young woman who lived in Lyme Regis. Her period was Regency, 1800 to 1820, 1830, around that sort of time. And Mary Anning is the person we have to thank for modern paleontology. She was a fossil hunter. God, I'm just getting the jokes and the hat out. Yeah, she was a fossil hunter and basically getting fossils out down there to sell, to support her family. It was the only way to support the family. Right, has my head, this is tied from the last time. Has my head shrunk or stayed the same size? Hang on a sec. Yay! Now it's Christmas. I don't know if I'll get too hot. Yeah, she sold fossils essentially to support her family. But she found the first, right, I'm just remembering this sometime, the first complete ichthyosaurus. But of course, it was a time when women were barely seen and definitely not heard. So she wasn't allowed membership to the, was it the Royal, I want to say Royal Geographic Society, the Natural History Society. She wasn't allowed membership. So all these finds were basically bought by men, the men showed them off, kind of took claim to them. Anyway, so Mary Anning from down the coast from me, a Dorset lass down at Lyme, is the inspiration for She Sells Seashells on the Seashore. Shells in my Christmas cracker. Right, jokes. I put 3 in here, 3 jokes, because they might be awful. I just say actually before I tell you the jokes, a couple of them are kind of old that I sort of remember. But I thought, Christmas cracker jokes, there must be a kind of a book of Christmas cracker jokes. So I went online to have a look. Oh my goodness, there is a page I found. I'm going to have a little glug of water. Lots and lots of chat. There was a page I found and it said something like, the title was 150 Best Christmas Cracker Jokes. I think the whole thing had been generated by AI because none of them made sense. I was reading them and I was literally going, huh? What? I don't get it. Because the thing about Christmas cracker jokes is they're cheesy and they are immediately gettable. Anyway, so I've come up with these for us instead. Okay, cracker joke number 1. Why are Christmas trees so bad at knitting? Because they keep dropping their needles. Brum! I thought you'd enjoy that one because so many of you out there are knitters and crocheters. What happens if you eat the Christmas decorations? You get tinselitis. That's a really old one and I still love it. Right, last one. Am I laughing on my own? I'm Probably am, aren't I? Right, okay. What do you call a very old snowman? A puddle. Ooh, no. Anyway, there we go. So, I've got my titfer on. I've got my free little prezzy. We've had our jokes. It's beginning to look a lot more like Christmas, isn't it? Something else. Do you know what? Before I go on to... No, I'll tell you this first. Something else I haven't done for ages is I decided this year to send some Christmas cards. And like I say, thank you for mine. They're up on my Christmas card wall tree hanging thing. Yeah, I decided to send some Christmas cards this year, which I haven't done for years. And I mean, look, I know postage is getting really expensive, but I'd had a couple of Christmas cards by then, and I thought how much I love receiving Christmas cards, or, you know, any kind of cards. Any kind of communication through the post is lovely. Not bills, you know what I mean, but a letter, a postcard, birthday card. I've talked about this before, actually, about how sometimes it's lovely to just sit down and jot a card, a postcard to a friend that you haven't seen for ages. Maybe you haven't even chatted on the phone for a while, and just do a little chatty card, pop it in the post. It's so lovely to receive post. And I'd had the first couple and I thought, you know what? It's all very well to sit here and take the cards, Vivi. You need to put some out. So I went and got a load of cards from the RNLI, so I'm supporting the lifeboats at the same time. And I thought, how perfect, my first Christmas here by the sea, as a resident. I've spent Christmases here before, but not as an actual permanent resident. Yeah, and it's a chance to just scribble a few lines to say, you know, how my year has been, to let people know I'm settled in well and happy, and how are they doing. And then to go to the post box and post them all. It was so lovely. I really, really enjoyed it. And so I'm going to make sure, it might be what I use my penny jar for next year, is not only treats for a tenner, I'm back to using my penny jar, but it'll also be to buy some Christmas cards and stamps. If you love receiving cards, also send cards. And it sort of reminded me of someone, and I think, you know, this is really important for those of us who are on our own. I mean, I don't mind being on my own for Christmas, it's fine. You know, I see friends plenty of other times, but I did know someone who always complained at Christmas that, you know, I'm going to be on my own, I haven't had an invite. And I put it back to this person one year, I said, but you never invite anyone. You have never, ever hosted Christmas, ever. But yet you expect someone else to host you. You expect it every year and almost demand it. If you want to be asked, if you want someone else to host you, maybe sometimes you need to host yourself. You know, it's not that friendship or anything like that is a quid pro quo, but it just made me think about, it's very, I don't get this for myself, but it would be very easy to shut oneself off and be alone and moan about it. But if we are on our own, you know, it's kind of up to us to reach out. So reach out to other people and say, you know, at Christmas time, look, I'm not going to be cooking a full-on Christmas lunch, but would you like to come over in the afternoon for a glass of wine and some nibbles, and, you know, we can play a game of cards. Just keep it really simple. Or even to a friend to say, the pub is doing Christmas lunch, why don't we meet up at the pub and have Christmas lunch together? You know, if you're happy to spend a bit of money in that way. But yeah, it's up to all of us to be responsible for ourselves and to do the reaching out if we want that, if we're able. And yeah, that's kind of part of what I was thinking with my Christmas cards as well, is we all need to put the effort into our friendships. And I do, I like to think I do, you know, in terms of phoning folk and video chats and, you know, little messages online, whatever it is. But yeah, just a little thought for future reference. If you're guilty of doing that, sitting and waiting to be invited, why don't you be the inviter rather than waiting to be the invitee? Give it a go. Right, so what's under the tree? Firstly, a thank you, and I don't know who it's from, and that's not because I've forgotten, it's because it didn't have a label with it, but this really cute decoration arrived in the post. New home, new adventures, new memories. And what I love, little tree decoration, what I love is it sort of goes with all my other decorations. It's made from wood, string, it's simple, a little bit of red. Everything on my tree is either wood or fabric or glass or paper. It's a plastic-free tree, apart from, obviously, the lights are on a plastic cable. But yeah, whoever sent that, thank you. That's really sweet. And I was trying to plan where to hang it so that it would show for today. Will it show if I pop it there? They never want to hang the way you want them to hang, do they? How many times do we hang something on the tree and then take it off and try it the other way round and it wants to swing? Oh, but that's perfect. So yay, thank you to whoever sent that. It's so cute. Really sweet. And I think I am now absolutely sufficient in decorations. In the end, I didn't put on all the little people ones from Auntie Teapot, because by the time I'd put on all my other old stuff and my new things, my 3 London baubles, the tree is full. I don't want any more on there. I like it simple, classic. I love it. And do you spot up here? Can you see her there? My little robin. I'm so pleased with that find. Actually, the robin, I think, was anyone who mentioned a favourite, it seemed to be that the robin was my favourite of my treats for a tenner. It was definitely mine too, because apart from anything else, I love her. But of course, I'm going to have the pleasure of that now. Every year, every Christmas, until I pop my clogs, I'll have my little robin there. And even in years when, if I don't have a tree, no problem, I haven't got a mantelpiece, but by then I'll have shelves. She can just hop along one of my shelves. Gorgeous. Now, talking of treats for a tenner, way before I recorded that, in another video I was saying how, I think it might have been the live, that's right. I was chatting about it during the live, which is when it was suggested that I might need to do plenty for 20 instead of treats for a tenner, because of inflation. And I said what I might do is I might use some loyalty points for some extra treats. And I've done just that, but I didn't include them with treats for a tenner. This was treats for under the tree. Little gifts to myself, if you like. So with my Boots card and my Boots points, I'm normally very sensible and, you know, I buy stuff that I need from Boots. But this time, I didn't use all my points up. I think I've got about another £7 of points left, but I will use that for something I need. But with a couple of quid's worth of points, they were on offer. Oh, I've forgotten, I didn't keep the receipt. I think it was £1.50. Oh my goodness. Pears soap. I mean, I love my soap anyway. Oh, they come in plastic wrappers now. They didn't used to. It's 2 bars in there for £1.50. I think it was about £1.50. Oh, I'm opening it. I could eat this stuff. I'm sure you're all familiar with pears, aren't you? It's just, I don't know what the scent is. Oh, that's dreamy. What do they smell of? Natural oils. Here we go. Gosh, the writing's small. A soap with over 200 years of heritage is prepared with a unique process of moulding and then it's matured until it reaches pure transparency. It is made with natural oils and filtered for purity. Where is... I want to know what the smell is. I don't know, I can't see on there what the smell is, but it's gorgeous. Yeah, so I love bar soap. I've never used a pump soap. Soap for the shower. I don't use shower... What's it called? I don't know what you call shower bubble bath. Bubble bath for the shower. Shower gel. Shower gel? Anyway, you know what I mean. A plastic bottle of stuff for the shower that you then put on a spongy thing. Anyway, I've never used any of that kind of stuff. Always just plain simple bar soap. And that is gorgeous. 2 bars, 75p a bar. But it didn't cost me anything. I got it with my loyalty points. So I'm chuffed with that. And then, grape tree. I use grape tree for my dried fruit, for pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. I just put a bit of soap on my nose in excitement, I think. Anyway, you all know. Grape tree, if you don't know what it is, if you're outside the UK, it's sort of you get large bags of, it's all seeds, nuts, the dried fruits, big bags of the dried versions of all of those things. So I frequent the place quite a lot. I'm probably in there most weeks. So with my points, I bought a box of fruit jellies. Going mad. I just salivated. Going mad for the sugar this Christmas. It's a one-off. That's it. Once Christmas is done, I'm back to my sugar-free life. So I'm really looking forward to those. Of course, this is all vegetarian. Actually, I think they're both vegan and not, yeah. And then I've started them last night. Turkish delight. Heck yes. Rose and lemon. I like the traditional rose and lemon. I'm going to have another one. There's all sorts. There's pistachio. I've never liked Turkish delight. Look, little cubes of gorgeousness. I just realised I shouldn't have done that because I'm going to be chewing now. I've just eaten that really quickly in order to be able to speak again. I'm not going to eat the rest quickly. I'm going to take my time with them. Oh my goodness, what a treat. And speaking of treats, there are some naughty people out there. Thank you. I've got some bits and bobs sitting in my lap. Oh, let's have these up. You're very naughty. Very lovely to send prezzies in the post to me. Thank you. So I'm going to open a couple of presents now. Have you got something ready to open? But I'm really grateful because actually my family doesn't do gifting anymore. It was just kind of like me and my sister really. So it's really lovely to have something to open. Thank you. Thank you. So first from the lovely Sarah and Ian. Oh, what's the tag say? We know you could make this, but couldn't resist. Ooh. What could I make? And what haven't you been able to resist? It's fabric and squishy. Pocket mats. Oh, this is a brilliant idea. So it says, what a great idea. Right, pocket mats. I'll get it out in a second. It's got a band around it. I've made these pocket mats small enough to fit into... Oh, they're made by Karen in Wigan. Karen from Wigan. That's pretty much my old neighbourhood. I've made these pocket mats small enough to fit into your bag or your pocket, but big enough to sit on. So if you're out and about in the park or on the beach and want to sit down, keep your bum clean and dry with these little mats. It was waterproof on one side, cotton on the other, and a little bit of wadding in between. So if it's cold, they'll give you a bit of insulation. What a great idea. So, yay! Just a simple little, but that's a great idea, isn't it? You know, thank you, Serenity. That's brilliant. I love that. One of the reasons I love that is, I mean, I've never been bothered about, you know, getting mucky. I'll sit down anywhere. But one of the reasons I love this so much now is that, you know, frankly, as my knees have gotten worse, I do feel the need to perch a bit more often. Sometimes I need to stop. And I need to stop for half an hour. Just stop, sit, perch somewhere, and just let my knees, let the anger calm down enough for me to carry on. And it actually happened. I had a visitor in October, we were out, and I just suddenly, it was excruciatingly painful. So I was up towards Peril Point, and I was perching on a wall. And it was quite a chilly day, and the wall was damp, and it wasn't very pleasant sitting there. I mean, I kind of didn't care. I had to sit down. But what an absolutely fabulous gift. Thank you both so much. I love that. I love practical stuff anyway, but yeah, that's so great, because pretty much any time I go out, I normally have my little backpack with me. Especially if I'm going out for a walk, because I'll always have a bottle of water with me and bits and bobs. That's not taking up any space, and there's no weight to it, but it just means if I get stuck somewhere and I really can't walk another step, and the only option is to sit on something damp or cold like a stone wall, it's looking after my bum as well as it's looking after my knees. That's fantastic. What a great idea. Love that. I have another one from Ian and Sarah. So, did you open something? What did you get? You know, it's a kind of a joke, isn't it? Oh, is it socks again? You know, people moan about, oh, I've got socks again for Christmas. It's so unimaginative. It's not unimaginative when they're hand knitted. I've been very much enjoying all my hand knit socks. Oh, talking of smellies. Shower melt. Now, that's bizarre, isn't it, having me just saying how I don't use shower bubble bath in a plastic bottle. Shower melt, rich and silky foaming shower treats, formulated to brighten and soften your skin. I wonder how you use them. Turn on the shower. Rub the bar between your hands to activate the melt. Oh, how fantastic. Let me show you. Does it slide open? And this is by Wideye. I don't know Wideye. But natural skin and, what does it say? Natural skin and body care. Obviously, there's no plastic packaging. They know me so well. Sarah and Ian, thank you. You'll always find... Oh, don't they look yummy? Oh, shower clay and mood melt collection. Is there a description of how they smell? Oh my goodness. So it looks like, that one's rose. We used Rasool clay to deeply cleanse. Enjoy the earthy and woody scent of amyris and frankincense. No, that's a different one. Anyway, oh my goodness, these look gorgeous. And then look, it shows how, I'm going to pull one of them out. I can't get them out. I might make a mess. So there's different layers to, I don't know if that will show up in the light. There we go, different layers. Oh my goodness, the smells are gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Cold pressed, non-waxy, kaolin clay. foamy finish. They smell amazing. They're an ergo-shaped profile. Yeah, they're actually perfect for sitting in parmesan. Sorry, I'm getting completely lost in this. I'll put it away for now, but wow, I cannot wait. They are, I can't describe the smells. It's so beautiful. They're lovely. It's not, they're kind of deep, woody, spicy. Is that what it said the collection was? Yeah, gosh, that's gorgeous. What a beautiful gift. Thank you both. That's going to be a long shower, a luxurious shower. That's not a shower that I'm going to put a timer on. I'm not rushing it. And that's probably a shower where I'm going to pull the bench out, sit on the bench and just let all of this smelliness envelop me. Gorgeous. It's making me salivate. Thank you so much. Have you opened another one yet? What's your perfect present? I mean, I love practical things. Yeah. Practical things, books, you know, a bit of entertainment. Yeah. Okay, so then I've got a couple here from Barbara. Thank you, lovely. I think it's a DVD. I'm naughty for guessing in advance. I think there's a couple more too. But let's just have this one for now. Oh, I can see period costumes on the back. Oh, Sense and Sensibility. I've actually never seen it. Thank you, sweetie. I mean, what a great cast. Emma Thompson, Alan Rickman, Kate Winslet. Apparently she wants to be called Kate Winslet, not Winslet. And Hugh Grant. I mean, what's not to love? Oh, that's really cute, actually. I'm not a Jane Austen fan at all in terms of the books. Ooh. However, as a film, that's a completely different story. That's a proper, lovely, cosy. You know, we've just passed midwinter. 4 days ago, so the evenings should start, our days should start to get a little bit longer, but even so, it's going to be months really until that light feels like it's properly come back. In other words, this is the perfect thing, say, you know, a Sunday evening. There's me saying no telly, no socials on Sunday, but Sunday evening, you've done your work, you've done all, whatever it is you need to do, it's 7 o'clock, it's pitch dark, there's a howling gay rain outside, blanket, sofa, and a fab cast with a happy film. Oh, I love that. Thank you, Barbara. Oh, you're a sweetie. And then this, I think it's a book. Am I naughty for fiddling and trying to guess? Do you do that? Do you fiddle and guess before you've opened it? I mean a DVD and a book. It's not exactly a surprise, is it? But as in the shape and stuff, you know what it's going to be. But what it actually is... Oh, I've just opened the back. I can't wait now because it says... A Guardian Best Nature Book of the Year. Barbara, what is... Oh, fantastic. Oak and ash and thorn. The ancient woods and new forests of Britain. Brilliant. Can you hear the gulls think so too? The magic and mystery of the woods are embedded in culture, from ancient folklore to modern literature. They offer us refuge, a place to play, a place to think. They are generous providers of timber and energy. They let us dream of other ways of living. So true. Yet we now face a future where taking a walk in the woods is consigned to the tales we'll tell our children. Immersing himself in the beauty of woodland Britain, Peter Fiennes explores our long relationship with the woods and the sad and violent story of how so many have been lost. Just as we need them, our woods need us too. But who, if anyone, is going to look out for them? Oh my God, I feel upset. Oh, Barbara, what an absolute cracking choice for me. Thank you. Thank you, you see, now I'm spoilt for choice. I've just said about curling up with a film, but I want to curl up with a book. Having had a gorgeous luxury shower with Miss Melly's, PJs curled up, maybe I'll have the film and then go to bed with the book. Thank you, lovely. And I know there's a couple more under the tree from you still, but I'll open those privately later. And then I've got something from Christine here. Thank you, Christine. Oh, can I? Oh, God, it's wedged in. Oh, bits falling out. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, gosh, sorry, I need to show you. So, here's the card, it gives it away. And there's a note. I'll keep that private as well. I'll read that to myself later on. But yeah, oh, and a letter. Oh, and a note. Thank you, lovely. So yeah, thank you, Christine. But what's inside? This is really weird because literally a couple of days ago, I made a mental note in my head that when I'm going around junk shops, charity shops, whatever, to pick something ceramic, this is ceramic, up. But nothing as beautiful as this. Isn't that gorgeous? So it's a coaster. So look, it's got cork, I was going to say chalk, cork back of kingfisher. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bird. What a gorgeous thing, Christine. Thank you, sweetheart. Literally, I was sat at the kitchen table and I've got some old coasters, which, I mean, they're like paper on the top and cork underneath, but they're peeling, they're falling apart, they're manky. And I thought, I need a ceramic one because ceramic ones last forever. Didn't dream I was going to get one for Christmas, and such a beautiful one. Thank you, lovely. Okay, right, last one. I need to wrap up. Talking about unwrapping, I need to wrap up soon, not keep it too long. This is also from Christine. This is also on my list of favourite things. Stationery! Yay! So I've got a notebook. Oh, I love a notebook. Oh, and I like a notebook that's got a little perforation there, so you get a neat tear when you tear the page out. And what's this? Is this like a shopping list thing? It's a notebook with a magnet. So it's got magnets on the back. Actually, do you know what? That's pretty useful. Stick it on the fridge door, make a list for my shopping list. Because my shopping lists always end up on the table, in here. I'll jot something down in here or in there, and then it comes to doing my weekly shop and I think, right, where are all my notes? So how perfect to go on the fridge. Thank you everybody. I feel utterly spoiled. That bum mat from Sarah and Ian is going to be so well used and so useful. The shower stuff, oh my giddy goodness. Gorgeous entertainment from Barbara, and this, I can't believe you sent a ceramic tile, because I literally a couple of days ago, that's what I put into my head to look out for when I'm out and about. I would never buy myself a new one. I would never buy myself such a beautiful one. So thank you. Thank you all. Thank you. And you know, always over the years, thank you simply for watching. I know quite often people say, oh, I'd like to send you something, I'd like to support you, whatever. But you know, undoubtedly the best support is watching. And especially if you are able to comment as well. I know some devices don't allow you to comment. I know I've heard from a couple of people who said, oh, I always watch, but I rarely comment because I'm watching you, I think on their TV or something, which is scary, the idea of my face being that much bigger in someone's living room. Don't do that to yourselves. The smallest picture of me possible is better. I'm not dissembling. But yeah, so that to me, watching and commenting is is such lovely support, and your words, your enthusiasm, your kindness in your comments, it's always just so, it's gorgeous. And you know I read every comment, I answer almost every comment. Yeah, it means the world to me. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for being so lovely. And I know some of you have been with me right from the beginning, and it's coming up, this is crazy, this is a shocker, it's coming up 9 years. How did that happen? Anyway, I'm starting to go in a different direction with all this and think about something else. And I must now shut up and leave you to get back to your Christmas day. Actually, you've probably had your lunch by now, but whatever it is you're up to, I hope you're having a lovely day. I hope it's whatever kind of day you want. If you wanted to be on your own, I hope you got your way. If you wanted to be with others, I hope you got to be with others. However it's turned out, I hope it's the day that you were hoping for. Mine certainly is. The lovely sound this morning, you know, just the sound of gulls and birds. This traffic and stuff is starting to get going now, but some lovely presents. I'm here in my lovely home that has been long dreamed of. Honestly, I couldn't ask for a better Christmas. So thank you all so much for being part of it and being with me today. Right, I'm about to get emotional and sentimental. Oh my God. There's something about Christmas, isn't there? There's something about Christmas that brings the emotions to the surface. I appreciate you all. Let's leave it at that. Right, I'm going to go now before I blub. I will see you all again really soon. I'm not sure for what, but I'll pull myself together for it. In the meantime, please look after yourselves and enjoy the rest of your day. Happy Christmas, lovelies. Thank you for being here with me. Bye for now.